Look, part of your job, Vic, is going different places. That's the beauty of it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 movie crossovers that almost happened.
Batgirl? Batgirl?
Name's Ash. Housewares.
I am not messing with you. You are gonna tell me what is happening at 8 o'clock!
For this list, we'll be going over planned crossovers between movie franchises and or other properties on film that were never made. Which of these do you wish happened? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. X-Men, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and Deadpool.
Oh, hello. I know, right?
Superhero crossovers are all the rage these days, but one of the most ambitious ones outside the MCU was almost made in the early 2010s.
I don't like being touched.
Why don't you tell me what you do like, and we'll start there.
Screenwriter Zach Stentz revealed on Kevin Smith's podcast that he and his former writing partner, Ashley Miller, wrote a script for Fox that would have featured every Marvel character they had the rights to at the time.
There he is.
Yes. Unfortunately.
We're talking the X-Men rubbing shoulders with the Fantastic Four, as well as Daredevil and even Deadpool.
They can't just dust off one of the famous X-Men. How about that Potts with the giant pigeon wings? What do those do anyway, huh? Carry him 3 feet off the ground to snatch up the nearest muffin crumb? No. No. I am not X-Men material at all.
While Stentz didn't go into plot details, we can only imagine how crazy that would have been. Probably at least as nuts as the cameo the Fantastic Four almost had in Deadpool 2. Number 9. Die Hard and 24. While never officially confirmed, a crossover between these two action franchises was heavily rumored in the early 2010s. The original title of the fifth Die Hard film was intended to be Die Hard 24/7, which led to speculation that it would have been John McClane teaming up with Jack Bauer.
George, I need a favor. I need you to call your boss and ask him to give me clearance on the identification of this source.
Other rumors put the crossover as being developed because of Die Hard 5's poor reception.
Now, you're a world-class screw-up, you know that, John?
I'm a screw-up. I'm a screw-up. I'm still your father.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Whatever the timeline of the could-have-been series or film, it's an idea we'd love to see put into action. Sure, McClane's more fast and loose approach to fighting terrorists and other bad guys would clash with Jack Bauer's more serious approach.
I am not messing with you. You are gonna tell me what is happening at 8 o'clock!
But that's what makes buddy cop stories so good. It couldn't be worse than A Good Day to Die Hard.
That's right. Try not to forget it.
Number 8. Hellraiser and Halloween.
I'll see you in hell.
As wild as the planned crossover between these franchises and Jay and Silent Bob would have been, we think the one just between Hellraiser and Halloween would have been even better. According to Pinhead himself, Doug Bradley, talks were held around the release of Freddy vs. Jason, with Hellraiser writer Clive Barker set to script and John Carpenter to direct. Bradley claims the project didn't go forward because the producers with the rights to Halloween at the time didn't want the two franchises interacting.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Although both franchises have had something of a revival recently, we'd still have loved to see these horror icons on screen together.
Have you ever really liked a girl and you just couldn't have her? I'm sorry, man. I'll peace out of your hair, man.
Number 7. Batman meets Godzilla. What? That's right, during the late 1960s, there was actually a plan to cross Adam West's Batman with Godzilla, King of the Monsters. A 22-page treatment exists for this planned film, though who wrote it remains unknown. The basic plot revolves around a German meteorologist who threatens to destroy Japan using Godzilla, who he's controlling remotely. The Caped Crusaders are brought in to help, and Godzilla falls in love with Batgirl.
Batgirl? Batgirl? Batgirl! Batgirl? Bats! I'm surrounded by bats!
Batman then defeats Godzilla by knocking him out with an explosive after distracting the big reptile with a manufactured mating call from a female Godzilla. This absolutely bonkers idea never went through, though, due to waning interest in the Batman TV series and its creator passing on making a sequel. Number 6. Stanley Kubrick's The Lord of the Rings starring the Beatles. Here comes another head-scratcher from the 60s. The Beatles had their sights on bringing J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings to the big screen, with Paul McCartney as Frodo, Ringo Starr as Samwise Gamgee, George Harrison as Gandalf, and John Lennon as Gollum.
Precious!
They were interested in having Stanley Kubrick direct it and filling it with original songs. However, Kubrick wasn't interested, claiming it was impossible to adapt. Also, they couldn't convince Tolkien to sell them the rights, as he didn't care for their music.
You shall not pass!
While it probably wouldn't have been a faithful or good adaptation, we're still morbidly curious about what could have been.
Come on, Mr. Frodo. I can't carry it for you. But I can carry you!
Number 5. Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. Astute fans of Quentin Tarantino's filmography are no doubt aware that there are several connections between his films.
Look, part of your job, Vic, is going different places. That's the beauty of it. We got places all over the place.
See, Vic, they tell you not to worry.
One of the most notable is that two of the characters in his early films, Vic Vega and Vincent Vega from Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, respectively, are brothers. The director talked for years about doing a prequel film featuring the siblings, which would reportedly have been set in Amsterdam and been called Double V Vega.
But you know what the funniest thing about Europe is?
What?
It's the little differences. I mean, they got the same shit over there that they got here, but it's just there, it's a little different.
Ultimately, the actors' ages put a nix on the possibility of making it a reality. You might say Tarantino barked about this idea, but never bit.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite?
Number 4. Men in Black and 21 Jump Street. The only planned crossover between comedy franchises to make our list, this one got farther than many of our entries so far.
All right.
That's great. Well, where should we report to?
Down on Jump Street. 37 Jump Street. No, that doesn't sound right. Is it?
The planned crossover film between Men in Black and 21 Jump Street would have been called MIB 23 and would have featured the leads of the latter franchise encountering Men in Black agents. A script was written by Rodney Rotham and James Bobin was set to direct. Sadly, both franchises have moved on, with Jonah Hill citing the difficulty in blending 21 Jump Street's meta-humor with MIB's tone.
Is this freaking you out?
Nah. Nah, girl.
Still, the possibility is still open. What do we have to say to get the attention of the people who can make this happen?
My name is Jeff.
Number 3. G.I. Joe and Transformers.
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
Each of these franchises based on Hasbro toys has done big numbers at the box office, despite being largely lambasted by critics. Yet their similar big-action set pieces do feel cut from the same cloth. Plans to create a shared universe between the two franchises have been in talks since at least 2013. Also in talks for inclusion are films based on Mask and Micronauts. Although a writer's room has been established, little information has been made available since 2017. It's possible that there's more than meets the eye to this crossover's prospects for the future, but it'll take a real American hero to bring it back to the limelight.
You've got people out there that need you. And so do I.
Number 2. Godzilla and King Kong and Pacific Rim. Come on, this is a no-brainer crossover, right? Pacific Rim is a franchise about giant mechs punching giant monsters, and the Monsterverse is all about the most famous giant monsters of all. Chocolate meets peanut butter, bada bing bada boom. Although Pacific Rim Uprising director Stephen S. DeKnight expressed interest in the crossover, producer Cale Boyder seemed to put a nix on the likelihood of one in the near future, though he also thinks it, quote, might be cool. Might? Still, given how successful the Monsterverse films are and how mixed the reception to Pacific Rim seems to be, Maybe the latter needs a few more wins under their mechanical belts before heading to the title fight.
Guardians, stand down! We've got this! Negative, that's an order! You freaking teenagers!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. Sure, we got the horror villain versus horror villain fight in Freddy vs. Jason. But there was also talk of a sequel, with both of them up against Ash Williams, hero of the Evil Dead franchise.
Name's Ash. Housewares.
All three are icons of 80s horror, and seeing them duke it out on screen and maybe deliver some dark humor would have been a blast. Unfortunately, there were some disagreements behind the scenes. According to Freddy Krueger actor Robert Englund, Evil Dead head honcho Sam Raimi wanted Ash to win. While Englund was fully on board, New Line Cinema was not.
Groovy.
There was a comic book series made out of the idea, but it still would have been pretty groovy to see on the silver screen.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.